You walk into your garden expecting healthy growth, but instead find your chili plants shriveling. The leaves are aggressively twisting and folding inward. This isn't just a surface blemish, it's a sign that the plant's internal systems are struggling to function. When this happens, it is easy to panic and reach for a bottle of general pesticide. However, spraying chemicals without a diagnosis often does more harm than good to the plant's recovery. Leaf curl is a specific distress signal. By using a systematic 5-step diagnostic checklist, we can decode exactly what the plant is trying to communicate. Correctly identifying the cause at this stage is the difference between a total crop failure and a successful harvest. Step 1 is checking for the most common cause, microscopic pests like aphids and whiteflies. Manually lift the curled leaves and inspect the undersides. Look for clusters of tiny insects or a glossy reflective sheen known as honeydew residue. As these pests drain the plant's sap, they remove the nutrients the foliage needs. Without these essential nutrients to maintain its shape, the entire leaf tissue begins to contract, wrinkle, and severely distort. The fix is a 2-part process. Use a high-pressure water blast to physically dislodge the insects. Then, generously apply neem oil to the entire plant. Neem oil works by disrupting the reproductive cycle of the pests. This stops tissue. Once these parasites are gone, the nutrient drain stops. This allows the plant to redirect its energy back into producing healthy growth. If you don't find any insects, move to the second check, moisture levels. Chili plants are sensitive to watering extremes, curling inward to conserve moisture in dry soil. But they will also curl when their roots are suffocating in completely waterlogged soil. Use the 1-inch test to determine the soil's condition, measuring moisture exactly 1 inch below the surface. Water only when that top inch is dry, saturating the root zone completely, ensuring excess drains immediately. Maintaining this moisture equilibrium prevents root shock and ensures the vascular system can keep the leaves hydrated and stable. The third factor is ambient heat. When temperatures climb, the plant enters a protective mode. When temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius, moisture evaporates from flat leaf surfaces faster than roots can replace it. The leaf folds inward defensively, reducing its surface area to limit solar exposure and conserve water. You can help by providing a physical shade cloth during the peak afternoon hours when the sun is most intense. Reducing the heat stress stops the defensive curling reflex, allowing the plant to resume normal photosynthesis. If previous checks fail, you must consider a severe possibility, a systemic viral infection. The chili leaf curl virus is a serious disease, usually introduced to the plant by whiteflies. Compare the two. Environmental stress causes curling on normal-sized leaves. A viral infection causes tiny, yellowish, warped growth that stunts the entire plant. There is no biological cure for this virus. Once infected, the plant will stop producing fruit and remain stunted. The only solution is a strict quarantine protocol. You must uproot the infected plant entirely and move it away from the rest of your garden. Sacrificing one infected plant is a necessary step to protect the health and the yield of your remaining crop. By working through this diagnostic protocol, you have identified the specific variable causing the decline and taken action to correct it. Recovery takes time. Watch the very top of the plant, the apex, over the next 7 to 14 days. You will see the results of your work when the plant begins pushing out new foliage that is perfectly smooth, flat, and green. For more science-backed diagnostic tips, consider subscribing. And to ensure your plants stay healthy, watch our next video on the most common mistakes people make when growing chilies. Understanding these biological triggers replaces guesswork with observation. It gives you the tools to identify a problem, find the cause, and guide your garden back to health.